What's up, world? It's your boy Jamarcy here for How to Rap, and this video is gonna take a clip from an interview with none other than music marketing maverick Brandman Sean. In this clip, we're gonna dispel the notion that it's truly really up to you whether your song or your promotion, your music promotion is hot. It's really up to the fans. The market decides. This might be a reason why you think, this one is the one, this is gonna take us to the stratosphere, and when you release it, it goes nowhere because the fans ultimately decide. And we'll break that all down with some music marketing tips as well. Let's rock into the clip, and then we'll come back for a review.
Man, because you said a couple things. All right, first I want to start here before addressing that, because you said something when you talk about the artist and what you think, or the person who runs commercials and what they think. That's the key thing people have to realize. I know there are some people who say, man, I want to do this. They have this artistic dream of what they want to create, what they want to build. That's cool. And there are a lot of people who, they have that talent and they're able to create what they believe in and figure out how that can be received by the world. But the point is, you have to remember, this is the entertainment industry. So if people are not entertained, you can't expect to get the results, right? Entertainment is service-based. We sell artists a vision from the outside, right? You're young and you coming in, you think it's all about you. And a lot of people never unlearn that aspect, but it's all service-based, whether you're a movie star, right? Whether you're a basketball player, whether you're an artist, right? You have to be entertaining. I always like to talk about the comedian theory, right? Like, I hear comedians, right? They tell on a joke, and if people don't laugh, it's not funny, right? Like, that's it. They move on, but a lot of artists get hung up on certain things, right? They can't fake the whole, oh man, no, y'all just don't get it. It's good. That's what a lot of artists do. Comedians, people not laughing. What can I say? I can't really argue that it's funny. Even if I thought it was funny, it's not something I'm gonna put that effort in or get up in arms about. So that's one thing that I had to say about that. But then other than that, man, yeah, you spot on with the simplification, dog. Like I have to remind people though, simplicity is hard, right? I'm not talking about, and you're not talking about necessarily not trying, right? Like sometimes it takes more work to take complicated things, meaningful things, and simplify them, right? You're feeling all these feelings you just went through past or whatever, and you can't talk about every single little feeling that you feel and give the entire backstory. So where's the meat? Where's that chord that's going to strike universally? And that's what the simplest stuff oftentimes does. We add all these other elements that hide that universal concept that's going to strike and speak to people across languages, regions, or whatever. And so we outwork ourselves, or we work backwards from the thing that we should be doing, thinking, oh, I got to add 5-10 bells and whistles. I remember Diddy saying, like, one thing he would do a lot of times when he get producers beats, like he'll take like 5 or 6 things off, and then there it is. That's it. that is he's good. Like, so sometimes we overdo it, and it takes more work. This goes back to that creativity. On the front end, you save so much money though. If you on the back end, if you put more work into the actual product on the front end, because then that product will do more for you with less work. In the same way, like we can talk about, what's a good example? All right, let's say this. There's this quote. I can't remember if it's by like Oliver Twist. It's one of those like old school dudes. But I love the quote where he was like, "I would have sent you a shorter letter, but I didn't have the time." Right? Like people think
that's good. That's good.
Like it's lazy a lot of times. Like people seeing all that. No, that doesn't look like you did more. What's the thing that mattered? Of course, we got this brainstorm. Spend time figuring out what's the thing that matters. So that's the way I look at creativity, and that's the way I look at how you said, like that simplicity, because it's definitely happened to me time and time again. There'll be some videos where I'm like, whew, man, that was not gonna go too great, but I gotta get that one out. And then people like, this is your best video ever. I'm like, bro, chill. Like, no way.
So true, man. And of course, on the flip side, the ones I'm like, man, I just broke it down for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
this is what and it's just like, 700 views in a week. Okay.
Yeah, I got a couple of those where I'm like, bro, like this, y'all don't like an artist, like, bro, you don't know what this is. Like, this is all you need. This is all you. Y'all not see, and YouTube like, oh, didn't get viewed in a certain amount of time, so now it's just gonna fall into the abyss.
There it goes. Yeah, it's so true. A point about that simplicity and sort of the brevity and all that. Like, how I emotionally deal with that myself, whether it's with the videos or being productive and of course songwriting, is I always have to tell myself, like in school, they used to be like, look, if you are a B+ student consistently, just by proxy, you usually end up with an A in the class. Because a lot of times it's just like when I'm writing that B+ paper and I kind of know it's a B+ paper, I forget that there's that 10% in the class. Back in school, like 10% of the class is attendance. We forget that. And that always hurt me. That's why I was never A+, because I just, with that 10% gone, so I'm at a 90 right now. But if I'm just writing B+ papers consistently, but the other 10% is just attendance, then I'm an A+ student. And from the creative aspect, if I'm dropping B+ videos every single day, 5 times a week, I'm an A+ YouTuber. If I'm giving my B+ effort with my coaching, I'm an A+ coach because I'm there, right? Now as a songwriter, I think the song that I just wrote is a B+ at best, but I released the song, but I put the $1,000 in promotion in it, then I'm an A+. You know what I mean? Where I always emotionally have to remind myself of that, right? This interview, right now, we're flowing. It's good. It's beautiful. Like, am I sitting here like, yeah, this definitely the 4.0 level, you know what I'm saying? The two titans, I don't know. You know, I'm really trying very best, but I know we're here. I know we're pushing it. And I think that a lot of artists, that would help them along as well. You know what I'm saying? Just from a creative standpoint, I'm like, look, man, finish the song. Try your best to get it to like a B+ level. Release the song. For me, that's an A+, because it will come. The doors will open.
All right, here's another clip from the Brandman Sean interview with a lot of gems, a lot of jewels being dropped here. I think the biggest takeaway on this one was that it's ultimately not up to us to decide what is worth going viral. This is a service-based industry, as Brandman says, where the customer's always right. So it's our responsibility to be consistent in delivering good product, aka B+ and above work, and eventually that A+ tag will land when the market's ready. We'll be dropping more of these clips over the next week, so be sure to be subscribed with daily notifications to get all of those. And of course, we'll eventually drop the full interview. I want to say shout out to Brandman Sean. I appreciate it. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel, his Instagram, and brandmannetwork.com. And I've been your host, Drew Marcy, and I'll see you on the next video.